Merry Christmas to all of my loyal subscribers. Now, as you may have noticed, the lack of a Thanksgiving startups, which has long been a tradition on my channel for quite a few years now, is doing some startups on Thanksgiving. That was not able to happen this year just because of a myriad of reasons, but I figured I would present you all with a Christmas startup. You will notice that I'm not in my typical filming locations of either in the woods in Alabama or my driveway in Georgia, but instead I am I'm in Florida in the Pensacola metropolitan area. We have the Santa Rosa Sound over there, and we have the Gulf of Mexico over there. Took my car down. The Tahoe came down a few days later, but the back of my car almost looked like Santa's sleigh and not my car. Anyways, but yeah, we'll go ahead and do an update on my car. I have already filmed an update clip because this is going to be obviously a lot of segments of clips that will all be put together in a whole collection. And I do want to apologize if there's any wind. Today is a very windless day, but there still might be a little bit of a breeze just because we are on the island. So yes, I have already filmed a 2010 Lexus RX 350. If you follow my Broro Car Whiz Instagram page, and yes, it is at Broro Car Whiz, you will notice that that I did post a picture of it. 2010 RX 350 with 21,000 miles on it. Epitome of a grandma-driven car. But yeah, so that'll be a segment. And then obviously I will squeeze my grandmother's 2013 RX on here, the Tahoe. And then I really don't know what else is coming, but I will try to squeeze a clip of it and put it on here. I do want to make note of the Tundra, which is not here right now, obviously. It has 111,000 miles on it. Doing just fine. We did an oil change at 105,000 miles, so it'll need another one at 115 since it does synthetic. But there's really not much to mention on that truck. It just kind of goes back and forth to work every day, and that's about it. Anyway, so my car. In February of 2014, and it is obviously Christmas 2014, I got these Toyo Proxys 4S Pluses, or 4 Pluses rather. They're an all-season kind of tire, but they also have a little sport to them. Got them in February, obviously, and when I got them they had, when the car had 68,000 miles. We'll do a mileage check here in a minute. But I've done 20,000 miles on these tires. The estimated life is 25,000 miles on these tires. So I will probably be looking in to get tires about 93 to 95,000 miles, which will be before the semester's up. So we'll go ahead and put our foot on the brake and hit the engine start button. And we'll close the door here so you can see. But we have 88,588 miles. The first trip computer is, since I started the road trip, so 500 miles. It's about 320 miles here to the beach. So the car will have almost 900 miles by the time I get home, more than likely. And you can see it's about 55 degrees here on the beach, but the sun really is warm. Range approximate. This is the average miles per gallon. This has been around town here at the beach, going to run some errands and all. But on the way down here, the tank of gas, I was averaging 34.5 miles per gallon, of course, because that was all highway. But not really much to report on in here. I'm loving every mile here in the car. We'll have the 90,000 mile service here soon, and that's a more intimate service than just your normal oil change. I can't remember offhand what exactly it requires, but I know it's less than the 60,000 miles where we replace the spark plugs, but it's more than just your oil change. So we'll see how that goes. Guess we'll go ahead and pop the hood. Cut on the headlights, I guess, for you. I'll leave the key over there so it doesn't yell at me. I might insert some pictures here. I took up the car at the beach. Of course, the 2.5 liter V6. Nothing to report, obviously. I really don't know what to say. It's giving me no issues, of course. These headlights have the typical IS thing. If you got the HID headlights, they kind of bubble up here. You can see where the weather stripping is down in there and the plastic is risen. I I can't, if I wanted to, really, I could replace the plastic housing, but I really don't feel like putting the time and effort into that because it really doesn't matter to me. The front of the car isn't in the best shape either. It's got a lot of rock chips, and it doesn't honestly matter. I know that's heresy to a lot of people, but I mean, the car's meant to drive, and next year it'll either be sitting in a parking garage in Midtown Atlanta or a parking lot in downtown Athens, Georgia. So we will, I mean, it won't be in the most pristine condition anyways, and as much as I would like for it to be, it just won't happen. So not much I can do about that. So back with another installment here on our Christmas updates, and I had to try out a different location. We'll see how this one goes. There's some people over here, but a daggum Asian in their rental Mustang over there took my spot, and they just stared at me the whole time. That was kind of awkward, so I left. But anyway, so my grandmother's 2013 Lexus RX 350. You all know how much I love this RX. Power folding mirrors. Obviously, it's not the sportiest car Lexus makes or that you can buy, but it's just such a wonderful vehicle to own. Of course, it's so easy to get in and out. And then when I put my foot on the brake, the steering wheel will come out and the seat will slide up. Oh, turn that down so I don't get copyrighted. And we'll close the door so you can see the gauges. As you can see, almost 21,500 miles. This vehicle has been owned since September of 2013. This one was on sale because the dealers were rushing out the 14s, and then they started rushing out the 15s because the 16, the new generation, should be coming out in Detroit here, so we'll see how that goes. Heated and cooled seats, obviously. The remote touch, this is before it got revised for 2015 with the new controller, but this is the second generation. The 2010 had the inner buttons on the side, versus in this one you just kind of push down on this. Backup camera, of course. The 2015s actually have trajectory lines and things like that, but you do get your tilt down mirrors. You can see that. So that's a nifty feature. Of course, as I've mentioned many times before, we'll leave the key in there, but I'll pop the hood and cut on the headlights. This is just by far one of my most favorite vehicles to drive out on the highway. It doesn't carve the canyons like you'd like, but out on the highway like most Lexuses, it just absolutely rules the road. Of course, you've got your blind spot monitoring. And there's people walking out. This is awkward, they're looking at me. But my life is awkward, so that's okay. We've got the 3.5 liter V6. The paint is just sparkly and it's beautiful, and I love, Lexus does great paint. They're walking to their Spark. That's pretty cool. And then HID headlights, you can see the little sparkle. The size is one of those just right sizes. I have not driven an NX. I've seen one in person. I believe the NX is also not too small. Personally, I think the BMW X1 is just a little too small. This car can be a little too big and cumbersome sometimes. Oh my gosh, those dang Asians are driving over here now. They're freaking Mustang. But we'll roll up the window. Just as I've mentioned, overall fantastic vehicle to own. Obviously, no problems. I brought it in for a second oil change a little while ago because they do synthetic in it. So every 10,000 miles it needs an oil change. People driving by, this is really awkward. But yeah, obviously nothing to report here, but it's doing fine and I love driving it. And most people that own these do. It is the best-selling luxury vehicle. It outsells the BMW 3 Series, so think about that. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next segment. And in the next installment, I have a disgustingly dirty 2013 Chevrolet Tahoe Z71 two-wheel drive with the Sun Entertainment and Destinations package and the luxury package. This is as fully loaded as you could get a Z71 without the four-wheel drive package, of course. And as you can tell, I moved my filming location because of Asian and people takeover. So there's some cars driving by, like this Mercedes, so I apologize. But yeah, disgustingly dirty Tahoe, as I mentioned. That happens when you do 43,000 miles in 20 months, so you can do the division and figure that out. These are the OEM tires. They are Goodyear Wranglers. I suspect about 55,000 is when we'll have to get new tires. And basically this car is being kept around just basically disposably, because with this many miles and this many months, there's no reason in getting a really nice car that you're just going to trash and drive anyways. So no major mechanical problems obviously with this Tahoe. It is out of warranty. The warranty ended at 36,000 miles, which was during the summer, I think, maybe, I don't really know. I don't really keep up with it. Cosmetically, there have been a few issues. Some of them more annoying than others, like this like Chevy piece right here with the Chevy logos. I'm not gonna touch it because it's disgusting. It just like fell off one day, and Dad just like popped it back in. But as you can see, it's like there's some huge gaps through there. Obviously, you don't buy a Chevy for the quality, but it's holding up all right. I would never pay the price of the new Tahoes, although they're a lot nicer. I guess I'll go ahead and pop the trunk. Power hatch, of course. 50-50 split folding third row. It's obviously in right now. This side is up, so it's okay. I mean, it does third row duty every once in a while. It does it all right. Back seat is disgusting. And this paint is terrible. These doors are so cheap and flimsy, and there's like not even any storage pockets. Obviously, zero thought went into this car when it's produced. Terrible cup holders, of course. This center console like just pushes in and about to break all the time. A very thick and plush carpeting, which is really nice. I like that. Terrible OEM all-weather mats, but they were included in the Z71 package. We didn't pay extra for them. Very nice bucket seats, actually. But as you can tell, that's another poor design flaw where the headrest is located, because anytime you hit a bump, obviously there's no side bolstering in these seats, and your head just drills the seat pillar. So that's always fun and nice. Close with an alright thud. Oh, another thing, I probably mentioned it at some point in time. Had to get these rear armrests replaced because they snapped off. Yeah, that's great. Built in Texas, yeehaw. As you can see, the wear on this seat, it's okay. I mean, for the amount of mileage. And it is pleather, but you can see it's kind of vinyl-y. It's a lot nicer and looser when it's broken in versus when it's firm. That's when it has more vinyl qualities. But we'll go ahead and hop in here. Obviously, step up on the running board. OEM navigation, and I'm so thankful these haven't peeled yet. They are kind of discoloring a little bit from finger touching, but as long as they don't peel, then I'm okay. These have not snapped off yet, thankfully. So yeah, 20 months with this car, and we'll go ahead and do a startup with the door open. So you'll hear the GM donger. 42,868, and obviously it's 320 miles home thereabout, so we'll hit 43,000 miles. Obviously drive this car a decent bit, and we'll go ahead and pop the hood. And the navigation mode, we leave it on most of the time. You can see it's split with the navigation. You can see the water over there and over here, and the radio presets and whatnot. Oh yeah, and another thing is, when I roll down this back window, these are so cheap. Obviously they don't go down all the way because this isn't a Suburban, but when you close the door, watch this. The glass just flaps around. The glass is going to break one day. I'm just waiting for the day that it breaks. So it's got the 5300 Vortec V8. Obviously just an old pushrod V8, 6-speed automatic rear-wheel drive. It moves it just fine. There's some times when it's down on power, but the 6-speed automatic does a good job with this engine. I don't really want to touch the hood. Ugh. That was disgusting. It needs to be washed. I don't really spend a whole lot of time with this car, but when I do, it's alright. I mean, out on the highway it wanders a little bit, but the seats are really comfortable. It's really nice. You sit up high. It's not bad. Of course, it's not perfect either. But I want to show you the average miles per gallon. Close the door here. which really isn't bad. 17.2, can't complain with the amount of space this vehicle offers. One thing that's really annoying about this car, and I really actually hate, is the V4 feature. It slams. It feels like the transmission is about to fall out because it just thunks in and out of V4. It's a terrible feature, honestly. It really doesn't do that much difference because it's never really in V4. But anyways, so that's about it with the Tahoe, and stay tuned for the next installment. Now, this one is of course finished in the tungsten pearl exterior with the light gray leather interior. As I mentioned, this vehicle has 21,209 miles on it. And we'll go ahead and cut on the bi-xenon headlights as well as the fog lights. Now, as you all know, 2010 was the first year of the third generation Lexus RX 350. The owner of this vehicle actually owned a 2007 ES350 Ultra Luxury before this, and she traded it in 2010 with only 18,000 miles on her ES. Coming to the front of the vehicle, as I mentioned, this one is equipped with the bi-xenon HID headlights. They are swiveling as well as auto adjusting. Front fog lights, front parking sensors, your chrome phone grille with the Lexus logo. Opening the hood. As you all know, this has Lexus's 3.5-liter V6 engine. It is the 2GR FD engine. This particular model is front-wheel drive and has the 6-speed automatic transmission. Of course, all your typical Lexus engine shrouding, and only 21,000 miles on this motor. And now coming inside. The interior of the RX is one of the most comfortable places to be in an automotive vehicle. You do have automatic wipers as well as automatic headlights. In 2010, the only way to get automatic wipers was to purchase the navigation system. And 2010 was the first model year to feature the Lexus Remote Touch infotainment system. Now, this is the earliest version where the enter button is on the side as well as a display button. In my grandmother's 2013 RX, you press down to enter, and there are no buttons on the side. This just has the three buttons here, so this is the earliest version of the Lexus infotainment system. And of course, it's on map view right now, and it just moves around simply like a mouse. And when you get to your desired selection on the screen, you simply press the enter button on the side. And so going to the menu, you have destination, points of access. This is all very similar to the current generation of the Lexus infotainment system. Presets, audio. This vehicle does have AM, FM, satellite radio, CD, Bluetooth audio, aux, and USB, as I mentioned. And it is a 6-disc CD changer, if I forgot to mention that. And some general setup here in the center. And that's basically it for your Lexus Inform and remote touch system on the 2010 RX 350. This vehicle does have multiple hard key buttons for all of your different audio bands, seek, track, volume, and then your 6-disc CD changer. I should note that the notice is still here on the center of the dashboard. It is a nicely sculpted interior. We'll go ahead and power down the RX. Well, we're going to leave this as a little bit of a sneak peek here on this update video. Key ignition. And 48,389 miles, and that's all you get for this clip of the update video. Stay tuned for a full review on this car. And so, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.